Welcome back, everyone, to another dicondissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. Today we're going to be checking out a song by the Animals called House of the Rising Sun. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it because I know the basic chords of this song, although I can't really recall if I've ever actually heard it, or if I have, I've never really paid attention to the lyrics, so I'm excited to check this out. I don't think we've ever done the Animals before either, so I'm pretty sure this was a very big hit for them, and if so, hopefully you guys can recommend other songs by the same group. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Daniel, and here we react to music, and I try to figure out what the music and the lyrics mean to me personally. Plus, we do some research on the songs at the end of every video, and just try to enjoy some great music. So if that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing to the channel. We publish new videos almost every day, and there's not that much else to say. So, whoops. There we go. So yeah, link to the original video will be down below in the description. Thank you for joining me. Let us begin. 3, 2, let me make it a little bit bigger. I think this is a video, so let me full screen it so you guys can follow along with me. 3, 2, 1. Bass is awesome.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one.
I love the organ in the background.
My father was a tailor, sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans.
His voice is so powerful. Such a build up with the music back there. I love the organ and the bass and the main chords. Yeah, they play it a lot faster than I do. All right. Yeah, I have no idea what he's saying though, so I'm excited to check out the lyrics. His voice is so powerful. Although I'm wondering, when did this come out? Because it's also slightly like, I don't know, muffled, I guess? I don't know exactly how to say it. When did the song... okay, this is wrong. It's saying that this was released in 1983. That can't be right. The House of the Rising Sun is a traditional folk song, sometimes called Rising Sun Blues. Tells of a person's life going wrong in the city of New Orleans. Many versions also urge a sibling or parents and children to avoid the same fate. The most successful commercial version recorded in 1964. Okay, so 60s. Gotcha. By the Animals. All right. According to Wikipedia. We don't believe everything on Wikipedia, but you know, let's keep going.
tell your children not to do what I have done.
Wow. His voice is so powerful.
Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
Turn it up. Let's go. About as it'll go. Just want to point out that the entire song has been a build up. Now look at how they're playing the chords almost. It's gotten louder and more intense like the whole time. Very interesting. I love it. And it's kind of the music videos music video. I don't know whatever. This video is very interesting because of how like stoic they all are, you know? Now they're just slowly walking around the room. It's very dramatic. Sounds like, from what I've caught from the lyrics so far, it sounds like it goes well with what he's saying. Yeah, wow. Iconic chord progression from this song. Let's keep going. Awesome job. All right. So, yeah, wow. That's... Wow. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got in the comments under this video. It looks like he is 17 and 45 at the same time. Okay. This person writes, cool song. I myself can play it on the guitar. Will never be forgotten. Just super. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Okay. It's their masterpiece song. However, it's also the song that broke them up, with Alan Price, the organist, taking all the royalties. Wow, that's interesting. Then he quit the band. Okay. This is one of my dad's all-time favorite songs. It's painful to hear it now since I lost him almost 3 weeks ago. I miss you, Dad. May your father rest in peace, Antonio. Let's take a look at the lyrics. Thank you for joining me, by the way. So, there is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. Yeah, definitely bluesy. Like what they say, the Rising Sun blues. My mother was a tailor, she sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Okay. Is this a cautionary tale, perhaps? Now, the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he'll be satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. I've got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. So he's addicted. He's like gambling now. Okay. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Wow. Yeah, so he he did it. He became exactly like what his dad was. Wow, that's interesting. So let's see what we've got here. It says this charted #1 in the U.S., #1 in the U.K. So did a very good job. It's off the album The Animals from 1964. Historians have not been able to definitively identify the House of the Rising Sun, but here are the two most popular theories. The song is about a brothel in New Orleans. House of the Rising Sun was named after its occupant. Okay. It was eventually closed due to complaints by neighbors. Or it's about a woman's prison in New Orleans using the Orleans Parish Women's Prison, which had an entrance gate adorned with a rising sun artwork. This would explain the ball and chain lyrics in the song. The melody is a traditional English ballad, but the song became popular as an African-American folk song. Nina Simone did a version of this, wow, and it was her version the Animals heard. No one can claim rights to the song. It's recorded and sold royalty-free. Many bands covered this song after it became a hit for the Animals. Okay. The folk music historian Alan Lomax recorded a version in 1937 by a 16-year-old girl named Georgia Turner. In this context, it is sung in first person, present tense, with the singer lamenting how the House of the Rising Sun has ruined her life. In this traditional folk version, the main character is either a prostitute or a prisoner. The Animals changed it to a gambler to make their version more radio-friendly. This folk song about a New Orleans brothel became a transatlantic hit for a British rock band when the Animals recorded it. Their version landed at #1 in the UK on July 9th and in America on September 5th. They performed this song while touring England with Chuck Berry. It went over so well that they recorded it between stops on the tour. Lead singer Eric Burden explained, "House of the Rising Sun is just a song I was fated to. It was made for me and I was made for it. It was a great song for the Chuck Berry tour because it had a way of reaching the audience without copying Chuck Berry. It was a great trick and it worked. It wasn't only a great trick, it was a great recording." Bob Dylan included this on his first album. Okay. When the Animals recorded it 2 years later... Oh, so he recorded it before them. Wow. All right. When the Animals recorded it 2 years later, it was transformative listening for Dylan, who learned he could apply a rock rhythm to a folk song. He bought an electric guitar and started to use it, famously at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival, where he did an electric set for the first time. Dylan, who was angry at first, turned into a rocker. Eric Burden told Songfacts. Dylan went electric in the shadow of the Animals' classic House of the Rising Sun. Okay. The Beatles began their chart domination. Okay. They landed 5 more #1 hits before House of the Rising Sun topped the chart on September 5th, beating every other British invasion group to the top except for Peter and Gordon. The Animals recorded this in one take, as they had perfected the song from performing it on the road. Producer Mickey Most recalls, "Everything was in the right place. The planets were in the right place, the stars were in the right place, the wind was blowing in the right direction. It only took 15 minutes to make, so I can't take much credit for the production. It was just a case of capturing the atmosphere in the studio." All right. They split up in 1968 over various music and business issues. Burden told Songfacts, "I don't think the Animals got a chance to evolve. We were the first to admit that we took blues songs from American artists. But if the Animals had stuck together and worked together instead of worrying about who was getting all the money, we could have evolved more and come out with more music to be proud of." Animals organist Alan Price was the only band member given credit for arranging the track, which meant that he was paid almost all the royalties. Their record company told the other members there was not enough room to list them as arrangers. Well, guess that's why. All right. After the Animals split up, Eric Burden soured on the song, went through a long period where he wouldn't perform it, saying he regarded the song as an embarrassment. He later made peace with it and regularly performed it in various styles. All right. Um, that's about all I've got for you, folks. Great song. Thank you guys for recommending it to me. Let me know if there's anything else by the Animals you'd like me to check out. Sucks that they weren't allowed to evolve, but if that song is an indication, they made it pretty far right off the bat. If you're new to the channel, again, consider subscribing, all that jazz. Thank you for joining me. Deathstroke 9 out. See you guys soon.